Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you chat managers for your help. I appreciate it. Hi Andy Schaefer, running conditional of Tau, Dana Pera, Dan Pera, I'm sorry, not Dana. Okay, I hope everyone is well. Something I feel I should explain or remind you. Not too long ago, I've said that before to a lot of people who are in Congress right now. There's a very good chance they may not be in Congress anymore after this cycle. Somebody told me how many people are running, how many incumbents, I don't remember exactly, okay? Between this cycle and the next cycle, a lot of people, a lot of Republicans, mostly Republicans, Democrats, some Democrats as well, but they will be replaced by other Democrats, but Republicans are gonna go. And intuitively, I feel it's because of the anger people are expressing in the very red areas. And this thing is not going to die out. In fact, if anything, intuitively, I feel people in those red areas are getting angrier. And they want change. And they're going to be demanding change. And also, we're going to go through a moment of instability. The country, as a country, I mean, okay? It feels like to me toward the second or third week of March is going to be critical. And also, I'm going to go back to people running for Congress because I said not too long ago, maybe a week or two ago, I said Democrats are going to sweep. Intuitively I feel things are so bad, and even if it's deep Republican areas, if you watch a couple of videos from different congressional representatives, the way they are trying to lie to their constituency, it feels like to me this thing is not being well received, lying to your constituents, and they are shouting you down. Those guys are going to be primaried. I know they are afraid of primaries coming from Elon. Yes, Elon, I'm sure, is going to try to primary a bunch of people. But it feels like to me it's either those guys. If they don't straighten out soon, intuitively I feel, the people in those red areas, I know this is crazy to say, they will vote for a Democrat before they send those guys back to Washington, D.C. And let me give you an example. I don't remember his name. I believe he's from Missouri. He's over 60s, probably mid to late 60s, all gray hair. And, he has a little stomach. He was wearing khaki pants and blue shirts, if I'm not mistaken. That guy, the way he tried to lie to his constituents and they shouted him down, that guy, I would be surprised if he gets back into Congress. I just thought about giving him as an example. And the reason why I'm saying this is because there's a lady from Florida who's running to replace, one of those special elections. I don't know, I haven't heard much about her. I believe her name is Gay. Okay, because I'm seeing Gay flashing in front of me. So, because I couldn't remember her name, I believe it's Gay. If she campaign, I don't know when the election is, she stands a very good chance because she keeps catching my attention. And it feels like to me, a lot of Republicans are worried, office holders for now, because the ground is shifting. If they don't lose their position in this cycle, it's coming. And the other reason why I mentioned the lady by the name of Gay, this is the dumbest thing, okay? Though he's not popular, do you know what DeSantis said he's going to do? He's going to bring Doge to Florida. I mean, this is so stupid. It's a political move because his wife wants to run for election. Though he's not very popular in D.C. or nationally, and you're going to bring it to Florida? I don't understand this logic. I'm sure they probably have some kind of poll, something. But Florida, I said that a couple of years ago, don't be surprised if it turns blue. Because what Trump and Elon are doing is the impetus for change. That's going to have major ramification for next year, and I don't care how much Elon spends. He can put his whole fortune out. It's not going to be about his propagandas. It's going to be based on reality when people run against the people he's supporting. He wants to get back in Congress. But let me say this. By the time 2028 comes around, I don't think Elon is going to be as prominent as he is today if he's still living in this country. Because once this gig is over, I'm not sure Elon is going to be able to stay in this country. Not because they're going to deport him, if he doesn't go to prison, that is. Okay? But my prediction is those very red areas, don't be surprised if they elect Democrats in the 28th cycle. That's my prediction. And the Trump push to consolidate his power and to become a full-fledged dictator is in its most critical phase right now. He replaced the high-level people. So now he's going to go down. Like DOJ is a good example. He fired the chairman of the Joint Chiefs. He's going to try. He fired the JAGs, among other people we probably haven't heard of, but he will if he hasn't yet, and he's going to try to replace them. It's not only the military. The FBI and other critical government agencies intuitively there's going to be mutiny within the ranks of these people. Not all of them love liberalism. Some of them are MAGAs and believe in dictatorship because they don't know what it is. And since they're Trumpers, why not? I don't feel they are in great numbers, but there are some, they are open to it. But my friends, except to hear mutiny, and I'm not saying it doesn't necessarily has to be taking up arms. People are going to protest their own ways. Sabotage, all kinds of stuff are going to be happening. That's what I feel is coming. And the most dangerous place, I feel. And Trump, I don't think Trump and people around him understand how the military is going to respond. Because egg shit is serious. When he said Sunday, it slipped up. He slipped up when he said he didn't want those attorneys. I don't know how many of you watched Rachel Maddow last night and O'Donnell. I don't remember which show they had someone explaining. This guy was, Maddow. This guy was amazing. Yeah, it was Maddow. A high-ranking official that was on the Maddow show last night. I don't remember his name. I was brushing my teeth at the time and I couldn't do anything. But he was amazing. If you go on MSNBC and take a look at the video, I'm afraid to play other people's videos and have my channel demonetized. I'm still looking for somebody that can help me how I can go about legally using other people's videos. But anyway, Trump is doing away with people at those levels, and he's going to try to replace them so that he doesn't face any obstacles or people standing in his way of when he says shoot somebody in the leg for the military to shoot them. I don't think that's going to happen. And the next phase, to me, intuitively, is the most dangerous phase. Not only the public is rising up, people in Congress are starting to make headway, conveying to the public what Trump is doing. Those who don't understand are getting the message. That's why you see people going out. And then they're cutting Medicaid. I'm sure they're looking at Medicare as well, because some of them, break everything. All those things are making people angrier. You know, the FBI, I'm sure some of you have heard that the rank and file was shocked that Trump picked Bongiorno, whatever his name is, to be assistant FBI director. And they sent a letter, the head of the union, FBI union representative or something like that, basically said Kash Patel lied to them or to her. It doesn't make any difference. Intuitively, this is not going to go unanswered. I don't know exactly how people in the FBI are going to react, but intuitively I feel Trump is not going to win that battle. Trump is not going to win the DOD battle. Trump is not going to win the intelligence services battle. Yes, he has his top people, and he's trying right now to fill the middle management level and filter down with, foot soldiers, with MAGAs, or people he thinks are MAGAs. Let me tell you something. Intuitively, I feel there are some people who are going to go along with it. The people think Trump thinks are his supporters, and they're going to do his bidding for him. I don't feel that's going to happen. Trump is in for a major awakening. He will be betrayed, even by people he placed to do his biddings, because what Trump is trying to do is very obvious. He's not out to help people or help the country. It's all about himself and the wealthy people around him. And also, those people I'm talking about, middle management and the foot soldiers who are MAGAs, they're used to freedom. Trump is beginning to erode or try to erode our freedom, our ability to speak freely. I am sure some of you heard about the letter that Ed Martin sent to people. He works for Trump, and he's going to defend Trump, not the Constitution. These things are not going over well with people at the FBI. I have not heard anybody talk about that on the news, but I'm looking for when those things starts to bubble up. Even people in the White House, somebody asked me, are there moles? I don't feel those people who are going to be reporting or telling people what Trump is up to, it's happening. It's not because somebody hired them and says, okay, and filter the White House and let us know. It is because where Trump is heading, they feel it's a precipice, it's a slippery slope. And they realize that's not sustainable. And they're looking at the reaction of the country right now. You know something? Even Wiles, or Weil, whatever her name is, the chief of staff, she's terrified. I see her complaining to her husband that this is nuts. She doesn't see, she's there, she's doing her duty. In her mind, I'm not saying it's correct. She feels she has to do her duty. She's serving the people of the United States. Yeah. But Trump is not about that. And she feels because of Elon, Trump's moves are getting more dangerous. And she knows there is a very good chance this is not going to go too far. And how fraught with danger this is. The phase we are in right now, firing and replacing mid-level people, its effect on the foot soldiers, if you will, okay, members of the FBI, the military, and all of that. It's very dangerous because some people can react. And I said this before. What Elon is doing with Trump, and make no mistake about it, these things were planned way ahead of time. And Trump, if you remember when Trump was happy, he said he loved it the way Elon went and fired everybody at X. He says, you're the boss. I'm sure some of you remember, there is a video about that. He agrees with Elon to treat people the way Elon is treating people. Well, him and Elon are treating people because Elon has been in business, and Elon is all about telling people to take a hike. He doesn't care because he has enough money. He thinks he can fight back. Where we are today, I don't think so. Because it's fraught with danger. Anything can happen where Trump and Elon are taking us at this point. That's as close as I'm going about making the prediction that I should make, but I'm not going to make it. But it's fraught with danger, humiliating people. What they did this past Sunday has a major effect, psychological effects. But that's what Trump wanted. And it's going to come back to bite. But expect Trump to announce more firing of mid-level people at the FBI, DOJ, DOD. DOJ is more or less where they want it to be because they don't have enough, according to what I heard last night, and I expected this to happen. They don't have enough lawyers to fight all the lawsuits that are going to come or that are already filed, and there are more to come. So DOJ is like a day-to-day thing. But the other agencies, watch. Trump, if you remember what Eric Trump said, okay, this is only the beginning. Well, watch what Trump is going to do. But my friends, Trump has no idea. They think, like I said yesterday, they can take the old template, how you create a dictator, how you take over the country. They think they're going to do it here, and he's going to use Project 2025. You know, maybe this is a way of showing me what can happen. But the vision I am getting as I'm talking about this is people being hanged, but I don't feel it's physical. It feels like, to me, it's as far as their career and their role, they're basically hanging themselves. That's basically what it feels like to me. The vision that I am getting means. Or, like, the reason why I'm saying this, the person that triggered that vision, because I was wondering what's going to happen to him. The guy vote at OMB because he's the one that's driving. Don't be mistaken, it's not only Stephen Miller, among the racists at the top. That guy has a major role on what you see happening as well. And like I said, all the steps, like I've said before, all those steps are already written down. So every week Trump is going to pile on and non-stop. And you know something? We know who else is going to get his face eaten by the leopard as well? Bannon. I don't know how this is going to happen. But all those people who are pushing to destroy the country, destroy our government, and the not too distant future, expect those cowards to start running for the hills, because the energy of the people keeps building. And once this gets going, they're not going to be able to stop it. A lot of senators and people in the House right now, they don't know which way to go. But expect some of them to start fighting back within the next couple of weeks. Not all of them, unfortunately. But at this point, it feels like to me they're beginning to realize they're going to have to, I know this sounds crazy, but that's the way I am getting it. I thought it was going to be only going to be the House. But it feels like to me the senators are beginning to feel this boat is sinking, the Trump boat. They're going to have to find a new way, even if it means joining with Democrats, voting with Democrats, to stop what's going on. And don't be surprised as well, because as we know, Trump has the Proud Boys and those militias and behind the scenes that we're not seeing that are carrying his violence or threatening people. It feels like to me some of those senators and congressmen, they're going to ask their constituents and law enforcement for protection, because they're going to have to change the way they've been conducting themselves. Full 100% behind Trump. They know it's unsustainable, but they are beginning to realize Trump is not going to win this. Although he has a plan, they love the plan, because if Trump were to succeed and become president for life, and being able to implant a whole bunch of MAGAs, basically transform the government into a MAGA government because it's no longer conservative or Republican. It would be good for them. But at this point in time, they don't see how Trump is going to be able to implement this. Because if Trump was able to sneak in and do all those things, maybe he stood a chance. But right now, intuitively I feel, it's not going to happen. So we expect senators to bail on Trump as well. And their staff members are very uneasy about where Trump is heading. There is a lot behind the scenes that we don't know, we're not seeing, they're not talking. Watch in the coming weeks. Because right now, unless you're dead or blind, unless you're dead, that's the only way you're going to miss what's happening. Americans are aware of the direction of the country, and those staff people, they know it's not going to work. They're not happy with the direction of the country, meaning, I don't mean the conventional way of saying they're not happy with the direction of the country. They don't want a dictatorship. That's the problem. I'm talking about Republicans, not only Democrats. Staff members of senators and people in Congress. We will find out about this. But my friends, hang in there. There is more shenanigans from Trump and Elon. But if I were them, I would change direction, but they won't do that. As we know, they're all into taking risk and see what happens. That's what Elon does. That's what Trump loves about Elon. And Elon, boosts his ego. He goes along. Watch what happens. This whole experiment is going to fail. And, I am seeing people 10 years down the road giving news conferences on what they did wrong, why this shenanigan failed. Yeah. I'm saying 10 years down the road, that's to let you know. I don't know exactly if it's going to be in 10 years. What I mean is, this thing is going to fail. A lot of them are going to be disappointed and feel stupid. They even attempted to do this. What Trump did yesterday will backfire too. Voting with Russia against our friends. Yes. This is making a lot of people feel uneasy and they're not happy. I'm telling you. White House people, Congress people, Senate people, the military, people who lost families fighting the Russians or Russian-supported wars all over the world. Yeah. This Trump thinks he's on solid ground. Good luck. It's going to shift under him and Elon, and they're going to find themselves losing altitude, dropping like a lead balloon, if you will. That's my prediction. So let me answer some questions. Some people posted some questions. Okay. Did you guys see how... One second. I wrote it. Big shit. Someone asked him why did he replace General CQ Brown, with someone who's a lot less qualified than CQ Brown? He got so angry. I don't know how many of you, if you've seen that, if you guys saw it, but this guy was not happy. he basically said to the guy, well, I'm not going to, I'm paraphrasing, he's not going to dignify, his question with an answer. And he moved on because he didn't have anything to say. But it was, I died laughing. He's, and do you guys notice his arrogance as well? I mean, I know he's going through alcohol withdrawal because he can't drink as much as he used to. But this guy is like on a hair trigger. Gloria John says Trump is losing his mind. Well, you know what I think, Gloria? Gloria John said that he can't have his way, and it's driving him nuts. And also, he's making believe that people are rising up against him. He's not even acknowledging it. He continues to lie that his poll numbers are high, but that's driving him nuts as well. Forever ever says MSNBC and CNN will suffer. Turn the TV off. Oh yeah. I mean, I watch. There are a couple of shows. I have to watch. Unfortunately, well, it's not unfortunate, but because I like those people. I like Mado. I love Joy, but unfortunately, Joy is no longer have a show. Odano. I watch these people, but like right now, my TV behind me is on Court TV. I'm not even a lawyer, obviously. Artist says CNN has easy access to the economic calendar, and they weigh each indicator as high importance, medium or low. Today's news, very, very important. Well, I've said this before. I don't know if I've said it here, but I told people, investors I talked to watch February, March. I'm glad I said that because I felt we're going to have a crash. I hope we don't have a crash, but look what's happening. And I told them to sell if they saw the market going up and down. And that's what's happening. And not only that, there is something that all the indicators, I think it's artists that sent me that link. All the indicators are pointing down. We haven't seen, guys, I will suffer if, financially, if we go into a recession. But intuitively, I don't see how we're going to avoid it. The only way we could avoid a recession is if Trump and all those people, because they're all incompetent, if they were all to be removed. And it can happen. I doubt it's going to happen within the next couple of weeks, to be honest. Joel Tisson says, Bongino is a joke and not qualified. Oh, it's not. A whole bunch of them are not qualified. I don't understand this. And yes, Trump is a KGB asset. I think everyone is facing that fact, that reality now. Jolson says, he was a tech sergeant. That's good. Let's see. Damien Ken says, I'm very angry about what they are doing. You're not the only one, my friend, but I'm trying to control my anger. I don't want to raise my blood pressure and get sick over this. I want to see the end of Trump, Elon, and all their subordinates who are all in for this stupidity. Diana is saying, Milo, will world aid be restored? Yes. And federal workers, yes. I said that yesterday. And intuitively, I feel the next month is going to be critical in a sense that people power and our justice system is going to kick in. But us taking to the streets. Even in my area, people, I didn't know about it. People are protesting. I don't remember exactly if it was at the Trump golf course. I read about it this morning, or someplace else. But people are, even in my area, people are protesting. So, according to people who are familiar with with Florida, and what I was reading, that something is happening. Okay, I'm looking for more questions. Oh, Kenneth Billingsley saying, Miller, what is the job report going to look like next week? Well, nothing like the Trump job reports. I feel it's going to go down because there's a lot of layoffs. Okay, I don't feel it's going to be good, and it's going to get worse as we go forward. Because the economy, if you look at the stock, I know the stock market is not the economy, okay? But a lot of companies are laying off people. The government has, the instability in the government. All those people who are not working, and there is an indicator, our confidence, okay, is way down. As far, in the market and everything else, when you go shopping, everyone is staying back. They're not going to spend their money because they don't know if they're going to have a job tomorrow or a recession hit. People who, I love cars, and I've been thinking of, maybe I should trade in my car. I mean, not because I can afford it, because make an effort to buy another one because mine is 10 years old. Okay, it doesn't have that many mileage on it. I don't have to trade it in, but so it's like watching what's going on. Forget it. I'm not going to buy anything. So if I'm just using myself as an example, I'm a car fanatic, and I would like to buy one. I know at my age, I have to start looking at my age. I'm like, okay, making the right decision based on my age. I understand that. I'm like, no way I'm going to spend my money and put myself at risk because of what Trump is doing. Therefore, people out there, they are holding on to their money. They're not going to spend it, and that's not going to help the economy. That's what I am trying to say. Oh my God. Petra Morera says people are saying the poo-poo smell is very strong around Trump. Oh Lord. Let's see. Rosetta Kincaid says, in his first term, Trump did not seem as ruthless as he is now. What changed, or has this always been his plan to take over the government? Yes. In fact, I've said this. Those of you who have been with me for a long time, I don't know if it was the second visit of Ivanka and her husband. It was a conscious decision they made to have a hostile takeover of the government. Right now, and Trump always he tried before. There were like 10 people around him who said, no, don't do this, no, don't do that, no, don't do this. But this time around, he doesn't have anybody to restrain him. And also with Musk, okay, that's why, because what Trump is doing, they're using one another. Musk money, Musk is the enforcer. Anyone who steps out of line, he start, calling you out on X and threaten you that he's going to have you primaried. He's got a lot of money. He scares a lot of people. That's the problem. But once some people start standing up to him and he start losing, like right now, he's not well viewed. And he's, to me, intuitively, this guy, the feeling around him is not good. Okay, the way he's mistreating people, our federal workers. Okay, good luck to him. So he's going to lose. Something is going to happen, and once that happens, it's going to be a shock to Trump and the people around Trump. That will put some restraint on Trump until Congress does whatever it's going to do, because I don't see Trump lasting. I can be wrong. I'm not sure when it's going to come down, but I don't see how Trump can sustain all those things. You know, he's the dictator. Whatever he says, he starts cursing people out. Something happened yesterday. Thank you very much, Craig, for re-enrolling. Thank you. Craig says, thank you so much, Milo, for keeping it real and sharing your intuitive insight here. You're very welcome. Thank you for your support. But yes, intuitively, I don't see how Trump is going to be able to continue doing what he's doing. I don't mean something, like everybody doing. He's attacking too many people. This is a crazy approach. And also he took the Orban template, he thinks he can impose it here. Not going to happen. And this is the 1930s. They're not taking count of communication has changed. You do something now, within seconds, people find out about it. And you know something? As I'm saying this, I don't know if it's been done yet. And this, as far as Trump's presidency, but what I'm getting is, flash protest. Expect this to start happening. That's what I'm seeing intuitively. As I'm saying, the way people find out very fast how to. Thank you very much, Diana, for re-enrolling. Diana says, thank you so much, Milo, for keeping it real and sharing your intuitive insight. You're very welcome. I appreciate your support. Yes, there are going to be flash protests as well because of communication. They have, these guys, all they know how to do, because that's the way they treat their wives and their household, you do what I tell you to do. If you watch Elon and Trump, the way they behave, they're not used to people standing up to them. I don't know how many of you saw what Macron did yesterday. And journalists who are watching, learned a little bit as well. You got to stand up to Trump. Trump was embarrassed because the reason why Trump went and lied in front of Macron and hoping that the rest of us are going to believe him, no, journalists are the people around him that would ask him questions. Regular folks like us, we don't have access. Oh yes, some of the people I saw on those town hall meetings, they would be asking questions. But we don't have access. They don't have access. But Macron shocked Trump yesterday. He was so shocked, he did not know how to react when Macron told him, no, that's not the way it worked. No, that's not what happened, or something to that effect. The way Macron put it, told him, you're lying. Yeah. Okay. He was surprised. He didn't know what to do. And he was like, oh, okay, whatever you say, but yeah. That's what journalists have to start doing. But a bunch of cowards, they want for access, and they're licking his boots. And those of you who have been with me for a while, please, do you remember? During the first Trump, the first time he was in the White House, you remember, guys, I used to complain about CNN? That lady who that reported, right now she has a show. I still remember she was wearing a white dress, embroidered, something like that. And she was sitting in front of Trump. Basically, I'm like, oh my God, it was so disgusting the way he was lying. And she was eating the whole thing. Yeah, I've complained about that. So this, right now, I think very few journalists are beginning to, or at least going to try to find some strength, some backbone to call Trump out. But that's why also they fired, or whatever they did to Joy Reid. It's because she's been, like some people said, she has been keeping it real and letting Trump know not all of us are going to go for his shenanigans. But Joy Reid is going to do well, if not better than she's done before. So I'm not worried. Well educated, smart, creative, no problem. Thank you everyone for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmeru.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to speak. If you like the channel, please subscribe, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. Again, everyone, thank you for coming. I think I answered your questions. I will see you all tomorrow same time, unless something major happens later. Putin, Trump, and Orban are gone the same time. No. I feel the first one that's going to go is Putin. Oh, I know I said goodbye, but I have to answer that question. I heard it wasn't on our news. Somebody said yesterday, Putin, because I said I was surprised he's not gone. It is because some people tried to take him out in Russia, and he did a complete, they removed other people that were around him. That's why he's still around. But it seems like they almost got him. But they will. That's my prediction. See you guys tomorrow, unless something major happens later. Till then, bye.